So I wanted to talk about this for a while now, but for reasons, I had to delay this video a bit. Today we're talking about why I never finished Subnautica, and I don't think I ever will. Mild spoilers for both Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero, so if you want to play those games, play them first and then come back to this video. Please, thank you. So, while I have played Subnautica a fair bit, and know more about the game than any player with one casual playthrough on their belt could know, I have never actually finished the game myself. Most of the knowledge I gained was from watching countless hours of video content, either full playthroughs from a person I respected, or snippets of Reaper encounters, story intricacies, and lore explanations. This is of course a courtesy to the era that felt like a millennia ago, myself in possession of only a mere phone. I used to watch the games that I could only hope to play, so the nearest thing I had was getting to know about them through a third party. This applied to more than a handful of games, such as the Metal Gear Solid series, the Half-Life series, Dishonored, just to name a few. And yet I went on years later to play all of these amazing games, even though I watched, metric tons of content about them. So if the value of a game's story isn't lost through watching somebody else play it, what is it that keeps me from finishing Subnautica? Is it the bugs? Is it the technologically more advanced sequel? Is it... Right, you might be thinking, Mandy, I know you're mortified of the open ocean, unclear water, and scary-looking fish thingies, and while that may certainly be true, many people with thalassophobia have completed the game already. Some of them surely have a worse grade of it than I do. But then again, I'm on edge all of the time while playing this game. Oh my god. Ah, fuck! Why do I exist? No, the real reason I never finished Subnautica, even though I've tried on various occasions and started over a bunch of times, is not that far off. The real problem. You see, the game concept revolves around exploration and survival, discovering new things as you go, seeing scary silhouettes in the distance, not knowing what they are. Oh, it's so big! These core mechanics keep the game exciting and rewarding, unless you've uncovered every single rock and found every single piece of damn nickel in the lava zone, you know? That said, how did all the videos ruin my Subnautica experience? It has to do with exactly these core mechanics. Discovering things on your own, and not having a tutorial or guide that holds your hand as you swim into a zone you didn't know was the home of Mabel the Reaper Leviathan. When you encounter this terrifying monstrosity, it is certainly a frightening experience, but a piece of the scare is lost. The next time you see a Leviathan in the distance, you at least know what it's capable of and what you need to fear. Get eaten too much and it starts to be rather annoying, less unsettling. Watching videos, however, takes away from this helplessness of being stuck at a depth of 1 trillion meters with 18 crab squids and a ghost named Casper trying to kill you. You watch and learn, rather than learn from experience. You get the reward without the sweat and the tears and the blood and the sweat and the tears. Anyway, watching somebody encounter a Reaper where I didn't know was one does not take away from the scariness. It actually makes it worse. At this point, you could say I know too much for my own good. I know exactly where to encounter Reaper Leviathan, and where not to, seeing as the game needs you to go to these areas that have these creatures, and other scary things like very open, dark depths and caves and whatnot. I wouldn't be able to finish the game by keeping myself at bay. Quite literally, I wouldn't. Every time I wanted to play the game, at no point could I bring myself to venture out, past the kelp forest, or get anywhere close to the Aurora.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
The reason that I know all of my arguments are valid and apply, at least to a person like me, is that I have indeed finished Below Zero. And I've restrained myself from ever watching more than the first episode of a playthrough of this game because I knew it would hinder me from the experience. Of course, I was still mortified at times, venturing deep into new biomes and areas and getting lost. But as I previously stated, that only made it easier to go said place the next time and I wanted to. I knew about the scary things and scary places, but I also had been desensitized a little bit. Desanified. My thalassophobia didn't hold me back from experiencing Belong Zero, so I imagine it wouldn't have held me back from the original Subnautica, which arguably has less scare factors than the second game. Me no be scared of no Reaper. No, it's the conscious fear of something combined with a phobia that makes me unable to venture out and explore the first game. The main takeaway from this video is probably that you should consider the type of game you want to see content of, and if you want to be able to play it fully in the future, or at least have a comparable experience. Of course, in my case, the consequences were exaggerated because of my phobia, but this could still happen to you with a game featuring killer clowns, spiders, or whatever you're scared of. While I've definitely been thinking about speedrunning the game and doing challenge runs of it, I don't think I'll ever do a full, casual playthrough of Subnautica to experience it like intended, because I don't think I can. Sorry, Unknown Worlds. And thank you, YouTube. It's up to me, bye.